The museum events have landed in Kingdom 2, which means they'll be in every kingdom in just a couple days. So let's go and get an early look. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming and this video has been sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms. Today we're getting a look at the events that are in Kingdom 2, the museum events that are going to be rolled out to every kingdom in just a matter of days. In fact, on the 13th is when they'll be everywhere. So let's get a look at these events, which are definitely promising. And by the way, if you like Rise of Kingdoms guides, sign up, you get value, smash your enemies, and learn about events before they land in every kingdom. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a thing, and throw a like on this video if you learn something new. In the Ingenious Craftsmanship event, you're going to be collecting a currency that you smash, or in this case, inlay, into a crown. And as you level up your crown, you get more rewards for free. But if you pay 7,000 gems, you get an extra tier of rewards that are amazing. And no, you don't have to pay the 7,000 gems up front. You won't lose any progress for levels you've already obtained or any loot. You're not going to miss out on it. Anytime you could smash that gem button for 7,000 gems and get all the extra rewards for every level you have done and go ahead and later complete as well. Now, this gives a ridiculous amount of rewards. 5 legendary commander sculptures, then another 5, that's 10 total. There is another 10 over here, so that's 20. I mean, 35 sculptures in total if you can get all the way to the top tier of this. And there's really 2 ways that you'll be doing that. Battling ridiculous amounts of barbarians to get the, I guess, gems that you're inlaying into the crown, or buying your way to it. Almost certainly the bundle will have a way to accelerate your progress toward this end state, which is absolutely worth doing. Now, along the way, there are other things you're getting as well that are really great. I'll hone in on this rare exhibit, City Skin, which, by the way, I love that they showcase exactly what the skin does right over here. Cav attack at the cost of infantry defense. You know, I think that if you're a Cav player and you didn't have a Cav skin, this is phenomenal. Otherwise, you know, I much prefer health and defense to attack. That said, again, if you don't have a Cav skin, you got to start somewhere. 5% attack is a fine place to start. If you're not using infantry, then there's really no downside to using this skin. I like the way it looks for what it's worth. There's also a cosmetic along the way, bunch of gems as well. But let's talk about how you actually get the items you need to inlay into this crown, okay? So if we go over here, you can see there is a series of events. Those take place over the course of 5 days. Those quests give you rewards, including rubies to put into the crown, as well as speed ups and resources and a few boosts as well. Of note here, if you're new to the game, is that on the 2nd day, there's going to be barbarians that you can go and smash. On the 3rd day, there'll be quests for barbarian forts that give gold keys. So definitely be on the lookout for those. The way that you get these rubies, other than from those quests, is to gather in your city, gather on the map, and defeat barbarians. Now, from what I've heard, you can't actually do the old trick of sending out a small number of gatherers so that you don't actually drain every resource node the total amount. You drain like the equivalent of a level 2 resource node every time. And that used to give you the maximum number of boxes. I don't think it does that anymore. I mean, I think you're going to have to brute force your way through this event by battling barbarians if you want to get to the top tier. The other thing, of course, you should do is pop some extra production boosts for your city. For most players, you should have those running all the time. But just to show exactly what you get over here, there are these museum boxes. Each one contains 1 to 5 rubies. You smash those open and, well, 3 boxes, 4 rubies. I wasn't very lucky. But you can see here, even in the small amount of time since I last collected these, I just got 2 more boxes. Actually, 3 more boxes. There we go. I can open those up, get more rubies. And primarily, though, you'll get these by battling barbarians. Now, there is one event we haven't seen for a while. In fact, the last time we saw this, I think, was around Christmas. This is called the Treasure Hunt event, where you collect map fragments. When you smash together a complete map, basically you need to have 1 of each of the fragments that's numbered here, then you can go and find the treasure. You have an 8-hour time frame to physically find on the map where the treasure is. You send a scout, you go get it, and that's how you pick up a pretty decent amount of loot. I mean, we'll see if it's the same as it was last time, but I'll have a card up in the top if you want to see exactly what this treasure hunt event looked like the last time it was here and what those rewards were. Of note that you can, in fact, exchange with other members of your alliance, so if you end up with a bunch of pages that you really don't need, you've got an excess amount, then you could trade with somebody else in your alliance to get the pages that you do need, and every day you can do 3 total hunts. The way that you get the map fragments, by the way, is going to be making courier station purchases, donating helps to your alliance, so every time you smash help, hopefully you'll get a few of these ancient chests, and also defeating barbarian forts. Of note, there was a limit to the number of times you can complete each of these in a given day, so pretty much every day that this event is going on, you're going to want to rally some amount of barbarian forts, smash help a bunch, and do courier station purchases. Just to show exactly how that works with the courier station, well, let's see if we can get her to pop. Okay, hey! I sped up some troops, and that did the trick. Sweet. All right, let me show you how this works at the courier station. Now, we go in, we can pick stuff up. For resources is pretty easy. New mail received, that means I got one of the rewards. I can pick this up for resources. That time I didn't get it. You'll probably have to make at least 20 purchases, at least, to get the 10 that you need. So you might, depending on how you're feeling about these map fragments, you might even consider gemming. Just keep in mind that you only need like 7 fragments to actually complete a map. So that's a total of 21 fragments you need every day. But there is a grand total of 30 fragments that you can obtain in any one day. So some days you might get more fragments than you need, other days less. But if you were to try to max everything every day, picking up these map fragments, you're going to have more than you need. So don't feel pressured to go and buy a ton from the courier station, even though you don't really need it. Here, I'm actually getting really unlucky. Wow, that was a lot of purchases, and I got a big fat donut there. So out of all of that, I got 1 ancient chest. If I go open the ancient chest, what do we get? Boom, 1 map fragment. So you can see it's going to take some doing here to get all the map fragments I need, and probably the courier station is not the vehicle I would recommend for going in and trying to get the majority of those fragments. I think it's got to be smashing help like I just did, and I didn't get a fragment, and also rallying those barbarian forts. That's probably where you're going to get the majority of the fragments, a few extra from the courier station to top things off. Looking into the event calendar, you can see that the race for time is going to be coming up, and it looks like it's giving me legendary commander sculptures and more rubies. I don't see any legendary blueprints in here, so I think they're going to be sticking with those legendary commander sculptures. And one other thing of note is that we're in a very unusual, unprecedented time in Rise of Kingdoms with the changes to the Wheel of Fortune. And the Mightiest Governor, we've got a Wu Zetian Mightiest Governor. I didn't see that coming. And then Charlemagne on the Wheel of Fortune. Gosh bless. I'm going to spin Charlemagne on my main. Oh yeah, no, we'll do a stream where we spin Charlemagne basically for the memes. I'll talk about the gem value and why I'm doing it, but on my main account, I've already maxed Trajan. I've already maxed YSS. And gosh bless, I'm going to spin the wheel for content. We're going to do Charlemagne on my main. Maybe I'll get some value from that in a Heroic Anthem KVK from a Bastion that has one of his skills. I mean, last time we were in Heroic Anthem KVK, I'll have a card up in the top if you want to see some crazy battling. But last time we were in Heroic Anthem KVK, there was a Charlemagne Bastion, and it did a skill damage boost. It actually was a pretty legit Bastion skill, so, you know, what the heck. I'll try to justify it however I can. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, learned something about the new events that are on their way to Rise of Kingdoms, on the 13th is when they'll arrive in every kingdom, then consider subscribing and throwing a like on the video as your free way of supporting the channel. Also consider joining our Discord server, linked in the description of every video, discord.gg/Chisgule. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom. Oh, and P.S. if you're desperate for gems to get to the 7,000 gems that you need for this ingenious craftsmanship event, I'll have a card up in the top for my gem farming video, which will help you on your way to the 7,000 gems. You definitely could farm up that many gems during the event time frame, but that would be a lot of work. Free to play, but it could be done.